We got to appreciate, man. This is 2 Peter 3:11, like the brother was talking about, man. You can see all the calamities and the upwards of the people, and you can see that these other nations, they're not having that shit no more, man. As far as taking Esau or America or Babylon's bullshit, man. Hey, the scripture says that he's going to make them rise one against another, man. With that, and with that, saying you got to keep a watchful eye. You got to see the things that are going on around, like the brother was talking in the beginning about being a watchman, man. So we have to be these watchmen. So this is 2 Peter 3:11 says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved. What things, man? Hey, like Esau's society as a whole, man. Hey, this wicked white man's kingdom as a whole is being dissolved. We got to see all these things. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in holy conversation and godliness? And so that's why the elders, they gave us the order to increase our labor in His word, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we see that the things are being dissolved. We got what manner of person ought ye to be in holy conversation and godliness. So we got to amp up in the spirit, man, so to speak, man. So it's all through the spirit, man. That's why the elder Tahar, he named us the year of prophecy. And it's fitting. It's fitting. That's a fitting title for this year because all these prophecies are coming to pass, man. That's something, brother. That's something. Oh, okay.
Yeah, book of Ezekiel. See, because the book of Ezekiel actually names, Iran. You know what I mean? Which is the Persians, because the Persians ultimately are going to be the ones to help destroy America. No? This is Ezekiel 38. It says, and Yahawah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say thus. And say, thus saith Yahawah thy power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army, horses, and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So, the Lord is naming, man, these countries, man. We know God is Russia, man. All right, and the Lord's going to put hooks into their jaws because Russia has been speaking about curbing nuclear war. But the thing about it is that America's ultimately pulling out of this Iranian deal because they don't want no peace, man. They want to make order out of chaos. They want to make a third world war. That's how they're going to want to set up their new world order, right? So it names continuous as Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. All of them with shield and helmet, man. So the scriptures are speaking about, the countries that are going to go up against America. So this is all prophecy, man.
Oh, man, and another thing too is these other countries, these other nations, they see the decline of America. That's why they go on a backbone towards it. Like 20 years ago, they wouldn't do that, man, because they didn't have that backbone yet. But the Lord put the Spirit in them to do that, man. The Lord put the Spirit in these other countries to buck up against America because the reason they're doing that, they see the decline of this nation. They see the decline of America, of Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? They see the decline. So they're going to be that much more aggressive and saying, hey, you know what? Fuck you, man. So that's why they're preparing for war. Plus, it's the scriptures and it's prophecy, man. That's something.
Yeah, I got something. This is Revelation 20:7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. And that's what Esau's been doing for the past, since 1500s, probably 500 years, man. He's been doing it, just deceiving the whole nation. The first thing he did, man, was paint the Son of the Most High, who they ignorantly called Jesus Christ, Yahawashi. They paint him as a Edomite man, a white man, a red devil. When in reality he's a colored man, a dark-skinned man of the tribe of Judah. And it reads, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And that's what Esau's doing, man. You so-called Americans, man, you guys are going to have to go battle with Gog and Magog, which are the Russians, man, and you're going to do battle over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat, and that's where the Most High is gathering all the armies, and that's where World War III is going to take place, man. Ultimately, World War III is going to take place everywhere, but the Most High is going to make it so that he goes. The Most High is not a man that he should lie, man. So that there is going to be a war there, man, and that's where thousands and thousands, millions of men are going to die there, man. At the World War III.
No, man. The Book of Revelation speaks about the third woe. So World War III is definitely coming, man. It is definitely coming. There's no if, there's no avoiding it, there's no talking about it. It's gonna happen, man. The majority of these Edomites and the majority of these 2/3 that believe in fucking America, they have the notion that they can talk their way out this shit. That our leaders just gotta go and send the delegates there and we can make negotiation. No, man, fuck that. And the Lord said, fuck that, man. The Lord ain't having that. The scriptures say it's gonna be a third war. The scriptures say it's gonna be World War III. What's gonna happen, man. There ain't no ifs, ands, or what's about it. It's gonna happen, man. I got this one real quick. This is Isaiah 26:5 says, "Will he bring us down, them that are dwell on high?" Who's dwelling on high right now, man? So-called white man, or specifically America, man. Babylon the Great. And that's why he's making these other nations rise up against it, man. Will he bring us down, them that dwell on high, the lofty city? He lays it low. He lays it low, even to the ground. He says that twice. He lays it low, even to the ground. He brings it even to the dust. How's he going to do that? With nuclear missiles, man. That's what's going to happen. It's a third world, World War III.
This is the book of Jeremiah 50:9. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon." We know Babylon is America, all right? An assembly of great nations from the north country. We're talking about Russia, all right? And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. It's talking about the north country, talking about in that area in Europe. You know what I mean? Predominantly Russia, but also we read in Ezekiel was Persia, Libya, all right, and other countries, man, are going to actually go up against Babylon, which is America, and shoot arrows, and those arrows are nuclear missiles, man.
Right.
Hey, man, even your allies, because they also prophesy in Revelation, man, that the beast shall eat the horn, and we know the beast is the EU and the NATO system, they're going to shoot missiles at America, man, and it also goes into that in Obadiah, man, those that were in confederate with that, when you are going to go against you, so that's what's going to happen, man. Everybody's going to be pissed at America, and they're going to fuck it up, man.
Hey, the scripture says it's going to make us small among the heathen, you know what I'm saying? So, everybody hates America, man. They show that one picture where they're burning the flag, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that just shows you probably it's coming to pass, man. That just shows you that a despise among the heathen. That's what it is, despise among the heathen. The scripture says that Babylon, America, shall be despised among the heathen. You know why? Because the Lord's going to destroy this place. And for that, I got Deuteronomy 32:22 says, "For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn into the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. I will heap mischief upon them. I will spin my arrows upon them," man. Like the brother said, man, them arrows are the nuclear missiles. "They shall be burned with hunger, and devoured with burning heat, and with bitter destruction. I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them with the poison serpents of the dust." And those teeth, man, teeth represent the military of these other nations, man. So that's about destruction of America. "The sword was out, and terror with sin shall destroy both the young man and the virgin, the suckling also with the man of gray hairs." So that's talking about martial law, man, coming to this place, man. That's talking about famine coming to this place, coming to your blessed America, man. Because like it says, and I think it's Isaiah the 40th chapter or something like that, where America is a virgin that hasn't been untouched, man. But all famine and hunger and death and disease is coming to the place like never before. And you see it in these other countries, where they have famine, they have calamities, they have upwards of the people, they have riots, they have government overthrowing. All that shit's coming to America, man. All that shit's coming here. Go ahead, brother. That's something?
Yeah, I got to look for it real quick.
Okay, good.
I got something.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
This is a missile scripture, because the missile is what's going to bring America down, man. That's the ultimate, what is it called? The instruments of the Most High's vengeance, man. Those missiles are. This is Joel 2 and 3. Joel 2 and 3. "A fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind it a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses and as horsemen. So shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on tops of the mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face, the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his way, and they shall not break the ranks. You know, that's what these missiles are going to do, man. These missiles, when they're shot, the spirit of the Most High Yahawashi is going to be in those missiles, and they're not going to miss, man. They're going to hit their target, and they're going to destroy this damn place, man. You know? And those people living in it.
Come on, brother. This is the book of Habakkuk 2:6. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, man? You know, that's talking about these nations. These, you know, Iran, they had the Iran deal, and they had the flag, and they were burning it, man. That's a taunting proverb. You know, they were chanting death to America. See, because these nations, you know, they're waking up to the madness of these Edomites here in America, man. You know, because these Edomites, they have bases all over Iran. They have bases all over the world.
They got like a U.S. embassy in every country, and that U.S. embassy is considered a piece of America. You know what I'm saying? That U.S. embassy on that property is considered, you know, the United States pretty much, man. You know, but the scripture also says that he's keep us not at home. That's what putting that prophecy right there, man. Go ahead.
Come on, and it goes on to say right here, it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his, how long? So that's what these nations are saying. They're like, woe to him, man, woe to America that increases, like the brother was saying, man, what is not theirs. Like they're putting embassies on other people's lands. Hey, that ain't your land, man. But you want to claim that land, but woe unto you, because these nations are ready to bend the bow. It says, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, you know, and that's what we're seeing in the news. These countries, man, they're tired of America, man. They're tired of you know, America going into the country and spreading their philosophy, their democracy, and undermining what they say and what they want, you know.
That's unbelievable.
This is Jeremiah 50. I'll start at 3. I'll start to declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard, publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Baal is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. And I'm going to jump down to the 9th verse. This is Jeremiah 50:9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken, their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert, none shall return in vain. And that's what the brother was bringing up in Ezekiel 38, man, the assembly of the great nations, man. All these nations are going to come to do war with America, man. And ultimately, their last weapon is going to be these ICBM missiles, man, that are going to destroy this land completely out of the face of the land, man. And like it says in Revelation, that no man should dwell here, man. You know, only the beasts, the unclean beasts are going to dwell here. Because this land's so polluted, man, that the Most High has to destroy it completely, you know?
I gotta preach that.
No way, bro.
This is the book of 2 Ezra 16. It says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with clothes, with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? It says, I'm going to continue. Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? You know, so nobody's going to be able to, when the time comes, when that vision, all right, it comes into play, when it finally is here, because, you know, though it tarry, man, wait, because it's going to come. That arrow, once it be shot, man, and these nations come up against America, you know, you're not going to stop that archer, man, which is the nuclear silos. Once they're launched, they're gone, man.
Shoot. You know, turning back, once they put their keys and they set the middle off.
Right, because if you read in the book of Revelation, it speaks about 2 million missiles, man, hitting America. It says, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? Let's see. 13 verse. For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot. into the ends of the world.
Come, brother, and I got this, I got Zechariah 14:12, it says, and they shall be the plague with the Most High will smite all the people that fought against Jerusalem. And that's talking about you so-called Bastards, Native Americans, saying because the Lord put a curse on us for disobeying him. But he's going to bring judgment upon those that went against us, that hold those that had us in captivity. That's specifically you other nations, and specifically you so-called white people. And they shall be the plague with all the Lord shall smite all the people that fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That's talking about the after effects of a nuclear missile, man. That's how a missile affects the human body. It pretty much disintegrates it, and you can see that in movies like in Terminator, in movies like The Day After, you can see that, man. And these are all, and Esau knows all this, man. They got all that from the scriptures. That's a perfect comparison. And then when Zechariah was writing this book, he don't know what a nuclear missile was or the effects of a nuclear missile were, but he described the effects of a nuclear missile perfectly. That goes to show you that the Most High controls all things, man. The Most High is running this show. Like brothers always say, this is the Most High's movie, man. And this is the script right here. That's what they call the scripture, man. And I'm going to keep on going. It says, they shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult for the Lord shall be among them. They shall lay hold every one of the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. And that's also talking about, martial law, man. That's going to happen here in America too. I mean, you had it happen in Venezuela. What happened in Venezuela is going to come to America too. It's going to be 10 times worse. How come they don't talk about Venezuela no more, man? Because they swept that under the rug. Because they knew that if they told you what's really going on there, America would be in panic. Go ahead, brother.
There's Isaiah 9, because this war that's going to be fought, man, is not going to be like any other war that has ever been fought. This is Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. And that's how the ancient wars were, man. They were fought with a lot of noise. There was a lot of slashing going on. Men getting their arms cut off, body parts cut off, and there was a lot of screaming. It was very noisy. But this shall be with burning and with fuel of fire. That's what it's gonna be, man. These guns, these machine guns, they throw fire, man. And these nuclear missiles, man, they're gonna evaporate everybody. There's no fighting a nuclear missile, man. That shit pops off, you're done. You just wait for that blast, you're dead, man.
Nah, bro. Yeah, like the brother was talking about, man. Hey, that's the destruction of America. That's prophesied in the scriptures, man. There ain't no going around it. This definitely is the year of prophecy. Like the brother said, he's talking about the earthquakes and the calamities, and that's all the scriptures, man. But that's something.
This is the book of Isaiah 34. It says, 2, for the indignation of Yahawah is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Right? Because basically, all these armies, man, they're gonna get it together, man. All these countries, the ally. If you're on America's side, you're gonna be with America, because America's the #1 enemy, man, and it's being seen. And the opposite side, they're gonna get together with their armies, and they're gonna fight against each other. So it's gonna be a big World War III, and the Lord is gonna use the devices that they made, which are these nuclear missiles, to actually end them. They're going to be ended by their own devices. This is their slain also shall be cast out, and their steam shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, which is going to be that nuclear bomb when that cloud goes up. And all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So this is for judgment on the Edomites. Like the brother brought out, man, through the Spirit, man. They fought against Israel, man. That's what you did. That's you came up against the Israelites, man. So that's what's going to happen. You're going to get judged for that.
Not like the book of Obadiah for that violence against that brother Jacob, man. Because you go back to the book of Genesis. Esau and Jacob were brothers. So that's Esau called white people, and is Esau. And Jacob is so-called blacks and Latinos and Native Americans, man. This I'm gonna get this real quick. It says Psalm 11:6 upon the wicked. That's pretty much so-called white people, man. Every time you see the word wicked in the Bible, the majority of the time we're talking about Edomites. You know, because you are the wicked of the earth. And when Job 9:24, man, it was given to the hands of the wicked. You know, so the majority of the time you see the word wicked in the Bible, it's talking about you Edomites, you know, and sometimes talking about you 2/3, you know what I'm saying? But the wicked mostly is you Edomites and you other nations. It says, Psalm 11:6, upon the wicked he shall raise snares, fire, and brimstone. And that's a nuclear missile, man. That's nuclear destruction. That's nuclear hell coming upon this place, man. And horrible tempest. And this shall be the portion of their cup. And the portion of their cup is destruction. The portion of Esau's cup is judgment. The portion of Esau, you so-called white people's cup, is judgment, death, destruction, and ultimately slavery, and then destruction again, man. You know what I'm saying? So hey, the Lord, like it says, scriptures, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Hey, so the Lord really hates you, man. Because if he didn't hate you, he wouldn't put all the judgment against you in the scriptures. You know, so when the scriptures say Esau have I hated, hey, that's a true saying right there, man. The Most High, the one you call God, hates you so-called white people, man. That's just what it is. Go ahead, brother. Got something?
Yeah, I just got a news update, man. Iranian forces fired 20 rockets at Israel. Iron Dome intercepts some, you know, so hey man, this is escalating, man. They're already a little bit. Some 20 rockets were fired at Israeli military bases by Iranian forces in southern Syria just after midnight on Thursday, with some of the incoming missiles being intercepted by the Iron Dome defense system. The army said. So you can check this out.
On, man. And that brother's putting an article that just proves that the prophecies are coming to pass, man. And we read articles every day that we filter through the scriptures, and we know for a certainty that destruction is coming to this place. That's why you have brothers out there every Saturday on the highways and byways bringing judgment, you know, speaking out judgment to this place called America, man. That's why you have brothers on a weekly, on an almost daily basis, man. Pretty much a daily basis, you know, bringing out videos, man, about the destruction of America, man. You got something going on, brother?
It reads on, man. The Israeli army said the missiles barrage was carried out by members of the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps, Quds forces. This appears to be the first time that Israel attributed an attack directly to Iran, which generally operates through proxies. You know, so it means that hey, Iran's being like, I don't give a fuck anymore. You know, and it ain't a coincidence that Trump just withdrew from the nuclear deal with Iran, man. So Iran, hey man, they're not holding back no more. You know, they war could pop off any moment now, man. You know, a big war, you know, and that's a big war right there. Iran and Israel hate each other, man, and you know that's gonna push all the major powers into a big war, man. You know, Iran's being, you know, Ezekiel 38 says that Russia should be a guard to them, and the U.S. is obviously going to back up Israel and that, hey man, right there's World War III for you, you know, that's what we need, that escalation right there, man. That's big right there, man. You know?
Bro. I got this one real quick going with the brothers today saying that you know, they ain't taking that shit no more, man. This is Jeremiah 49:10. It says, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places. Hey, so these other countries, they're seeing the weakness of America, man. They're seeing the decline of America. You know, that's why they're bucking up against it, like we said earlier. And he should not be able to hide himself. Hey, so there's nothing that America can do against these other nations coming against him, man. You know, he got his military spread thin right now, and he's going to probably spread it more thinner, man. And he can't keep up with the recruitment because there was an article I read a long time ago that says that basically said that 2/3, the majority of young Americans, they're not fit for military duty, man. You know, they ain't able to cut it. You know, so America's military is cutting thin, man. It's like the scripture says. It says, he shall not be able to hide himself. You're not be able to, you know, you're not be able to shoot to show your strength no more, man. You know, you're declining. I'm gonna keep on going. His seed is spoiled, like I said, man. And like we said, the majority of these young Americans, so-called young Americans out there, you know, they're not fit for military duty, man. You know, because they're too busy fucking eating Doritos and playing in goddamn Xbox, man. You know, they're fucking, they ain't as fit as they were before. You know, and it says, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. So basically, that's only about the kind of fall of America, man. That's prophesied through the scriptures. And I'm gonna jump down to verse 13. It says, "For I swore by myself, saith the Most High, that Basra, that means Edom, Edomites, Esau, shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, a curse, And all the cities thereof shall be a perpetual waste, like the brother said, man. It's gonna be a land of desolation. Only the people calling things are gonna be left, man. There ain't gonna be nothing left here. What's that about?
I got one more quick. It's the book of Revelation 18:4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people." Right? Because, you know, you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, you need to come out of the ways of America, man. You see these articles come up. You see all these proxy wars. You see these injustices. You see people getting shot down. You see. They were actually saying that President Trump unmasked himself because they really don't want peace, man. They want war. That's what they're looking forward to, man. That's what America's always had. Esau. Being the man of war, being the damn devil. So you Jake's got to come out of this place, man, because you're gonna be destroyed, man. And we do this work, man. Lord willing, we be saved, but you got to come out of this ways. This place is polluted, man. Everything about you, the vibration is satanic, and the white man helps push that even further. It's getting real bad, man. You know what I'm saying? But only anybody with spiritual sense in their mind, they're gonna see all that. It says, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye not receive not of her plagues." And the greatest plague, besides martial law, pestilence, all right, and famine, is that nuclear destruction. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you. So this place is going to be rewarded as how she did everyone else. As America has dealt treacherously, these Edomites have done treacherously. Hey, these nations are going to do treacherously with your nation. It says, "And double unto her, double according to her works." It says, "In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double." So what she has done, hey, give her double. Babylon being that great whore. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, "I sit a queen." And that's what you devils are full of pride, man. Donald Trump, man. And really you're just a puppet, man. We know that the Rothschilds got their hand up your back. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what's going on, man. A lot of these presidents, a lot of these generals, man, they don't know what's going on, man. They just got elites that are telling them, but you guys are proud, man. You guys say, I'm a queen and faggot queen, because this is a damn whoredom. This is a damn a bitch that we live in, man. It says, "I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her." Right? So the kings. The kings of the earth, they're going to start, they're going to, when this destruction happens, they're going to see America from afar. They're going to see the destruction. They're going to be like, damn, that's that place that we sold and we did backdoor deals and we got rich off of illegal schemes and scams, because that's what America is, a corporation that did treacherously with the Israelites on the earth, be that wicked race against our people. And also you raped and robbed the whole earth. You guys were set up to just be a damn calamity on this planet, man. People that rape and rob the whole world and all the nations. And the nations are fed up, man. That's why they're taking that taunting proverb against you, saying death to America. Because it's prophesied in the scriptures that this place is going to be burned. It says, "Bewail her and lament her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off, or the fear of her torment," right? Standing afar off. So they're going to be looking through them damn goggles, through them damn glasses, seeing the damn nuclear smoke. It says, "Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come," man. In 1 hour, this place is going to be destroyed. Once these countries, man, are all right, and even your allies, once they start waking up, man, and once one country starts pressing the button, all these countries are going to start pressing them nuclear missiles, man.
Oh, man. Like the brother was talking about, he should reward you double, man, and that's vengeance, because the Most High, he's about vengeance, man. And right now he's putting the spirit of vengeance in the rulers of these other countries, because they've been fucked over by America too. So America, the Edomites, Esau, what they call Europeans, we call white people, Caucasians, they did a lot of shit to all these countries out here, man. as the scripture said, he keep him not at home, and he goes and fucks up everybody, everywhere he goes and brings death, destruction, man. But the Lord's putting the spirit of vengeance in these other rulers, other countries, to get at America, man. And with this, I got Sirach 39 and 28, it says, these be the spirits that created for vengeance. That's exactly the spirit that the Most High is putting in these other rulers of these other countries, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force, and that's being their military might, man. The time of destruction is coming, and appease the wrath of him that made them. Who made them? The Most High made them, man. The Most High made these spirits of vengeance to be upon his rulers, man. To go to have the spirit within him to go against this place, man. And you know what? And we say death to America too, man. Brothers in camp, brothers in GMS, and we say death to America too. Not only the Iranians, we say it also, and we mean it too, man. But we don't like this motherfucker, man. And I'm going to keep on going. It says fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. And that's why the Most High is going to destroy this place. Like the brother said, for his vengeance, for that violence against the brother Jacob, for enslavement of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
I got one. This is Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand and made all the earth drunken. So, that, the earth, the Lord really have you, you devils are set up, man. You devils are set up to do your wickedness, you know what I mean? Because, the Lord's going to bring all the nations together and going to watch them go to war with each other, man. It's like, y'all going to kill yourselves, man. It's crazy. The Lord has to set up like this. Hey, this is the Lord's movie, man, and that's the end game. That's the final scene. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Because the nations, as much as they try to be like you goddamn devils, man, it's not in them to be like you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they say all kinds of things. Matter of fact, I was watching a video. One of the guys they were interviewing, he said that's what you should expect from a devil. Speaking about Donald Trump when he backed out of that Iran deal, he says, hey, that's what you should expect from a devil. So these countries are mad because as much as they try to be at peace with you and try to act like you, they can't, man. They can't be like you goddamn devils. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed, right? Because this country, it's already showing decay, man. A lot of major department stores are closing down. You got a lot of civil unrest, a lot of people marching. There's a lot of different Black Lives Matter, Red for Ed. A lot of Jakes got killed, and people were screaming, no justice, no peace. You know what I'm saying? So this place is decaying. The people are seeing how the government itself isn't doing anything. You know what I mean? So this place cannot be healed. You cannot put no bomb on it and heal it. This place it's already gone. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto heaven, and she is lifted up even to the skies.
Man. Okay, with that, man, what we do what we always do, man. Bringing out the judgment against America, against Babylon the Great, to warn the people, because that's our job as men of the Lord, as doing this work to warn the people, because the Lord's gonna, that's what he always done, man. He done it in ancient times, he's doing it now. He brings his prophets out to warn the people. That's what we did right here, man. We warned you. The judgment is coming for America, man. With that, we hope that that's it was edifying. We want to say, Barak to Yahawah, Barak to Yahawashi, Barak to Yahawah, Barak to Yahawashi, Barak to Yahawah, Barak to Yahawashi. Shalom.